in the Bronx. Opening day baseball on the show. It's the Kansas City Royals going up against the New York Yankees. The crowd is amped up, ready to get this season underway, as are we. Back with more in a minute. And taking the ball for the Yankees, Garrett Cole.
Boog, this guy usually turns in a very good outing. His teammates really enjoy when he's on the mound. Everyone seems to be loose, which can help the offense be a bit more dangerous. So if you look at the opposing lineup, they're hoping he doesn't just settle in. They want to make this an uncomfortable start from the beginning.
Ready for baseball here in New York. Here's Lane Thomas. And we're off and running in a brand new season. The 1-0. Well struck right field. And that one hops the wall. The throw in. Into second safely. It's a leadoff double to start the game.
Love how he let that ball travel, trusted his hands. Nice job of going the other way.
Runner in scoring position, no outs. Starling Marte digs in now. That one outside.
Outside.
Ball one.
Cold night like tonight, last thing you want to do as a hitter is get jammed or even off the end. Trying to find that sweet spot on the bat. Tell you what, you're going to be trying to catch things out front, so off-speed pitches may be a good complement to that fastball.
Right through there for a strike.
Goodness, I think he just took the best pitch he's going to see in this at-bat. You don't get many like that in that location. I don't know if you take that pitch against any pitcher out there on the mound.
Tosses to first. One out in the top of the first. And here now, the lineup for the Royals. With an excellent arm on the mound, Singy, this won't be easy. They'll need to take advantage of the opportunities that they do have.
You're right about that, Boog. Odds are they won't have many chances against this guy, but if they can rattle him out of the gates, they'll have a shot. If not, look out. It might be a long day for this offense.
Sliced hard but foul. And the 0-1. That one is absolutely belted. Way back there, it's got a chance. And he brings it into the warning track. And that should get the job done as he tags from third. And they'll score first. It's 1-0.
There you go. Nice little RBI there. It's a great at bat. Got the job done.
So no one on after the sac fly. Jonathan India at the plate. Swing and a miss. There's the slider. 0-1.
He didn't want to give up that run, but he did. Got the fly ball, sac fly out. Now it's time to attack these other guys. Get your team back in the dugout.
In the air, left field, down the line. And it's a foul ball, but it had the distance. Two down, bases empty, but one run across here on opening day. And they'll do it again. The 0-2. Just missed.
Really good take, especially with 2 strikes.
Two down, nobody on. That
Ball
one off the
outside.
mark. And the count is 2-2. Good eye in that spot.
Wow, this guy's really battling up there as if his run is the game-winning run. I love his tenacity.
Goes down swinging for the strikeout. He didn't make it easy for him on the mound, but they still get the strikeout. Bottom half of inning number 1 coming up. It's the Royals 1 and the Yankees coming to bat. Back in the Bronx and on the mound for Kansas City in this one, Seth Lugo. Chris, what are you looking for from him?
Well, I'm interested to see how he utilizes his sinker to this lineup, Boog. You know, it's not necessarily his go-to primary pitch, but he does mix it in when he needs it. He's just got to make sure that it's not flat. Otherwise, it's going to get hit hard. So look for him to throw it up there when he needs a big double play, a ground ball, something like that to get out of an inning, change it up for a hitter. Also, get those hitters looking down so that it opens up the top of the strike zone, especially late in an at-bat.
Jazz Chisholm Jr. leading things off and takes a strike. Next offering is outside. And that drops in for a strike. Gets a piece there. We'll do it again. Swing and a miss, struck him out.
Batting second, the first baseman, Paul.
As we take a look now at the New York Yankees lineup. Finding themselves down a run early, they'd like to punch back here with a run of their own.
Absolutely, Boog, but I don't expect them to change their approach because of that run. They still want to put together strong at-bats. Be patient out there and get a feel for this starting pitcher.
Paul Goldschmidt, batting with one down, takes a strike. Swing and a miss as he was out front that time. This one in the air, right field. Snags it on the run. And there's two down.
Batting third, the right fielder, Giancarlo.
Here's Stanton now.
Stanton.
Ground ball right side. And that's just foul. The 0-1. Pop foul out of play off to the right. And now
Ball,
1 and
inside.
2. That's foul off to the right side. Keeps the AB going. 1-2 now. And there's a ball. Good job to fight that one off. Here's a 2-2. Swing and a miss, and he chases that one in the dirt. That completes the strikeout. Inning over. It's the Royals 1 and the Yankees nothing. Back at Yankee Stadium. On now to the top half of inning number 2. John Ray steps in for the Royals. And that one,
that's a ball.
Cutting but missing down low. Bunting for a hit. And foul ball. Popped up. And a foul ball. The 1-2. That's down
Ball
and
2.
in. Inside. Full count now. Knocks that one away, and we'll do it again. Foul. We'll see another payoff pitch. Swing and a miss, struck him out. He battled for a long time, but it finishes with a strikeout. You can't be mad at yourself after an at-bat like that one. So up now for Kansas City, Michael Garcia.
Aye.
Garcia batting 6th in today's lineup, and he was born in Venezuela. The 0-1.
Now, he may have not liked either of those first 2 pitches or agreed with the umpire's calls, but at this point, he's going to have to bear down and be ready to hit anything close to the zone.
Goes down looking for the strikeout. That K is his 3rd of the game.
Well, he locked him up with the cutter on the outside right there, and I got to think he was looking middle in because he just couldn't pull the trigger. And, you know, with 2 strikes, fastball coming in, you've got to be ready to swing it. That time it cut to the outside part of the plate, and he just couldn't pull the trigger.
Bobby Witt Jr. in the box here lets that one go for a ball. Misses outside, and the count now 2-0.
Hey!
Liner snagged at first. Nothing doing for the Royals, but they lead it 1-0. Back for more from the Bronx. Bottom of the 2nd. Cody Bellinger stepping in now for the Yankees.
Bellinger.
That's in for a strike.
Not what he's looking for there in the 0-0 count. Looks like he wants the ball down in the zone.
And the 0-2. Ball 1 there. And now it's even up. Battling here as he fouls it away. Hit on the ground to the right side. Pasquantino takes it himself. Leadoff man retired here in the 2nd.
Batting 5th, the catcher, J.C. Escarra.
J.C. Escarra stepping in now for the Yankees. First pitch, and he has to get out of the way.
Ball 2.
Ed Drummond behind the plate calling balls and strikes. Maybe one of the most respected umpires around the league.
He's not the kind of umpire that you're likely to notice back there, and that can be a huge compliment, really. So if you're just kind of quietly doing your job, staying consistent with your calls, hitters, pitchers, managers, even fans, they're all going to appreciate you. Ed Drummond, he's that kind of umpire.
The 2-1. That's a
ball
little
3.
bit low. I thought that was a strike, and here's a challenge. It just shaved the zone. They'll keep both their challenges. Gets a piece and stays alive. Foul ball left side. He'll see another. Got him swinging for the strikeout. And he's registered 3 Ks in this one. Off to a strong start, Singy, as he's punched out 3 of the first 5 he's faced.
Well, he's definitely minimizing contact. He can get the swing and miss when he needs it, but he'll also keep the defense fresh behind him, allowing some balls in play as well.
Ryan McMahon steps to the plate.
Ball, that's out.
Two down, nobody on. In the air, left field. And it's just foul.
Ball.
Top of the zone for a called strike. Fouled off, and they'll do it again. The 2-2 on the way. And a foul ball, he stays alive. Here's the 2-2. Fouled off the plate. They'll do it again. The 2-2. Well struck, deep right field, way back and out of here. And we're level. It's 1-1. He kept swinging, and it paid off.
Well, that was a battle, Boog, and he just kept taking his cuts. Finally squared one up. A breaking ball on the inside part of the plate requires a hitter to stay really square with his mechanics. If you fly open with the front shoulder, there's no way you keep that ball fair. An outstanding job mechanically. He deserves that home run.
Now it's Trent Grisham to the plate. Hammered down the right side, but foul.
Nope. Ball 1.
2 down, base is empty, but 1 run across here on opening day. Cut on, popped up right side. And that ends the inning. Another look at the long ball for the Yankees. All even now at 1-1. Major League Baseball is on the show. New inning getting started. And to the plate for Kansas City, Vinny Pasquantino.
Well, he had a pretty good look at that pitch and not sure exactly what tied him up there. Couldn't pull the trigger, and perhaps the best pitch he'll see in this at bat to hit.
That one fouled off. The 0-2. And
that's
ball one. That one missing inside. Got him swinging. And that's 4 strikeouts. And here's a look at how he's using his pitches in this one. And now it's Kyle Isbell.
Hey!
The 0-1. Comes up empty as he chases that one in the dirt.
Quickly in an 0-2 count, you've got to figure out a way to shorten your path to the baseball. Put it in play somewhere, then you got a chance.
Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball.
Yeah, with 2 strikes here, you really want to miss outside the zone with that breaking ball.
Fastball is outside. And that's outside. Good eye right there. Tied up here in the early going. Payoff pitch. And he made that pitcher throw 9 times on the way to that walk.
The center fielder, Lane Thomas.
So the Royals batting order turns over. Here's the center fielder, Lane Thomas. Led off this game with a double. This one belted deep left field, on its way, gone. A 2-run homer, and it gives them the lead in the 3rd. It's 3-1. He only needed 1 swing to square it up.
Not wasting any time in that at-bat, Boog. Aggressive, and it paid off. Love to see a hitter aggressive on the first pitch of an at-bat. You watch him from the on-deck circle, so when you step in the box, you're ready to pull the trigger wherever it's at. Really good job by the hitter. Total conviction on that swing.
1 down. Starling Marte up to hit.
Ball 1.
And the 1-0. There's the strike. Squirted out into left. He hauls it in. 2 away.
The catcher, number 13, Salvador Perez.
2 outs, base is empty. And now it's Salvador Perez to the plate. Foul ball there. Now 1-1. Well, Chris, through the early stages, he hasn't been very efficient in terms of the pitch count. He's going to need to get some quick outs if he's going to get deeper into this game.
Outside, that's a ball.
It is interesting, though, when you consider the way the game is run now. Doesn't even matter that much if your starter doesn't go that deep. Warning track, wall, and you can touch them all, baseball man. Salvador Perez leads the yard. It's their second home run of the inning, and they boost their lead. It's 4-1.
A good hitter gets pitch recognition early. He saw exactly where that was going to be. The challenge, not get over anxious and come out of your swing. He stayed on it and got all of it.
So 2 down. Now it's the second baseman, Jonathan India. And first offering is fouled off. Fouled off left side. He goes down looking. But 2 round trippers in this inning. The long ball was working. It's now 4-1. Set for the bottom of the third, and stepping in for New York, Jose Caballero.
That's a ball.
The 1-0. Late that time, and it's strike 2. Just off the outside part of the plate. That misses the zone. 3-2 down. That one misses. So a leadoff walk. Here's Judge now. And there's a foul ball. Now the 0-1. That one is upstairs. Swing and a miss. Chased it out of the zone. Got him swinging for the strikeout. Had him way out front of the slur.
Well, that's always the key to effective pitching, is getting ahead in the count. And as a pitcher, it really allows you to start expanding the zone. Hitters become defensive, and all of a sudden that plate starts to get really wide. And what happens is, because of the pressure, you end up committing to a pitch as a batter before you recognize what it is, and that's what leads to the strikeout.
Jazz Chisholm Jr. now.
Yep, that ball went out.
The 1-0.
Well, he's really working him away, this at bat. Sometimes take a little bit off velocity. Try to get a rollover, something on the ground. Stay away from that big hole on the right side of the infield.
Now one missed. Swing and a high fly ball, well struck. That's got a chance. Reaching for it and brings it in.
Up next for the Yankees, the first baseman, Paul.
Look how far he had to go that time. What an amazing catch.
He believes that he can get to everything, and that attitude allows the speed to play in well enough for him to run down balls that guys would just play off the hop.
Paul Goldschmidt now flied to right his first time. Just
Ball, that's
missed.
outside.
And the 1-0.
Ball, that's down.
Caballero off of first with 2 away. Now a quick throw to first. Caballero dives back in safely. And he'll challenge that called strike. Good eye at the plate. They'll overturn the call. Still 2 challenges left for them.
Hey!
This one's smoked on its way out of here. Goldie bless one out. And they throw a pair on the board. It's 4-3. We take another look as StatCast tells us that ball took off at 110 miles an hour.
And plenty of distance as well. I mean, that was an impressive home run, Boog. He squared it up and knew it was gone.
Giancarlo Stanton to the plate now. He's 0 for 1.
No, that's low.
In the air, right field. Ray on the move. And he makes the catch. And that will end the inning. But not before they're able to draw closer with this blast. It's now a 4-3 ball game. Back in the Bronx as we go to the top of the 4th.
Really important time for a shutdown inning. The last thing they want to do is give up the runs they just scored. Man, that'll steal the momentum. They're hoping to make quick work of this half inning. Well, these Royals doing a great job, Boog, of just waiting for the right pitch to come their way. And I'm seeing very patient at-bats out of them. Pitch count is pretty high, and they've played 4 runs already. So I think it's safe to say their game plan is working out pretty well right now.
Missing inside. Ball 1.
So they forced the starter to put in a lot of work, and they've been able to get to him for some runs. And hopefully that bullpen phone is working today.
Got him looking. That's a strikeout.
I'm not saying it wasn't a strike or, you know, it was a ball, whatever, but just the location with that velocity. It's hard enough, to, even if the velocity's not great, but that velocity, that location, tip your cap.
Garcia in the box now as he looks at ball 1. Second plate appearance of the day for him. And there's a base hit to left. So a man aboard now with 1 away.
The batter, number 7.
Well, back in trouble, Boog, and it's just been like this for him most of the game. They've been all over him since his first pitch, and I think he's got a very short leash right now. Really needs to lock it down here.
Here's Bobby Witt Jr. 0 for 1 so far. First offering way inside, almost got him. Runner on the go. This to center field. He dives, but he can't make the catch. Lead runner around second. Throw into third. Save. And now second and third with one gone.
Back-to-back base hits. Pitch was in and off the plate. So hard to do anything with the pitch in that location, but somehow he got the barrel to it and hit it well. Pretty amazing.
Here comes the manager out of the dugout, and he'll make a move for the bullpen. Garrett Cole is done in this one. And it's going to be a start that he'd like to get a redo on. Not his best. Back with the new arm in a minute.
Now pitching for the
Fernando Cruz taking over on the mound.
Huge opportunity to add on to the lead for this offense right now, but we'll see what he has to say about that. He's going to have to make some great pitches to work out of this jam, though.
And here's the first baseman, Vinny Pasquantino. Golden opportunity right here. Gap shot should score at least two. One run is in. Now 2 runs score. And they take a 3-run lead. A 2-run double.
Picks himself up a couple of ribbies. Got a good pitch to drive. Stayed short with his bat path to the ball and caught it out front. And he stayed long in his follow through. That's how you split the gap. And that's pretty much a double every time.
Next to hit, Kyle Isbell. He walked and came around to score his first time up. Now a pop-up on the infield. And there's 2 away.
Up next to the board, the center fielder, Lane Thomas.
Back to the top of the order now. Here comes Lane Thomas. He's already homered here in this one. Cruz, he's kind of a prototypical bullpen arm in today's game. Electric stuff that results in a ton of strikeouts. In a tough spot like this, that is a big time benefit. Man at second. Oh, look at the stop. Throw to first, and they get the out. But they'll pick up a couple runs here, both coming on this 2-run double. It's now 6-3. Bottom of the 4th, and stepping in for the Yankees, Cody Bellinger.
Cody Bellinger.
I'm impressed that he went right after him on that first pitch. That's the key. Try to get ahead in the count, then you can play around a little bit more as the at-bat expands.
And now the 0-1. Sharp grounder. That's through for a base hit. And a good start to the inning.
I know that was a ground ball, but it was absolutely hammered through the infield. That's not one you're excited to get in front of if you're an infielder. You know they used to say, charge it. Crazy.
And the batter now, J.C. Escarra. Right through there for a strike. And that one is lifted in the air. Ray settles underneath it. And there's one down.
Up next for the Yankees.
And here's a look at how he's using his pitches in this one.
McMahon.
Now the third baseman, Ryan McMahon. He's already homered in this game.
Hey!
0-2 now. Ball one
Ball.
there. Cut on and miss. Struck him out. He picks up his 5th strikeout on the hill. Trent Grisham stepping in now for the Yankees. First time up was a pop out.
Trent Grisham.
And it's fouled away. Quick toss first. Bellinger dives back. No question about this one. It's out of here. And they cut into the lead.
When you're working with this kind of velocity, so critical that you move the ball around, work quickly, and make sure that you keep that hitter off balance. Clearly not fooled by the location or the velocity. He was all over that fastball.
So 2 down. Jose Caballero now at the plate. There's a strike.
Clearly,
Ball
he
that
hasn't
time.
had it in this game, and looks like sooner than later, they're going to have to go to the bullpen.
2 down, nobody on. Here on opening day. And that
Ball 2.
skips in the dirt. Two down, nobody on. Swing and a high fly ball left field. Marte in position, and that'll do it. Yankees get a homer to cut the lead. It's now 6-5. We go to the top of the 5th and to the plate for Kansas City. Starling Marte. Marte, 37 years young, and he was born in the Dominican Republic. Activity in the bullpen for the Yankees. Ryan Yarbrough getting loose out there for Aaron Boone. Doval warming up as well. And that misses. And now it's even 1-1. Next offering upstairs. Yeah, that's fouled off. Payoff pitch. That one 95 to finish him off. Salvi steps into the box now.
Hit an absolute tape measure shot last time up.
Hey.
There's a swing and a drive.
No,
And that's a foul ball.
Stays alive. That one misses. Now 1-2. That's a little bit low.
Great job of laying off those pitches down in the zone to even the count up at 2-2. Such a better feeling for the hitter.
Fights it off. He'll see another. Strike 3, and that's 2 in a row.
He just ran out of patience there. He took a couple of pitches to even that count up at 2 balls and 2 strikes, but that time chased outside the zone.
Aaron Boone makes his way out of the dugout, and he will make a move to the bullpen. Fernando Cruz won't go any further, and he leaves in a 1-run game. New pitcher coming on. We'll be back in a minute.
Now pitching for the
Camilo Doval on to pitch out of the pen here. He's into the game with the bases empty. And next up for the Royals, Jonathan India, who's 0 for 2 with a pair of strikeouts.
Ball! That pitch is out.
There's a swing and a miss.
Fooled on that pitch, got a little anxious.
Ball, that's low.
Breaking ball misses down and away. Foul ball. Two down, nobody on. And it stays fair. So a 2-out knock keeps the inning alive.
Up next to the Royals, the right fielder,
Pretty tough for the infielders to do anything with that one. He pulled it hard into the outfield, and even when you keep it on the ground, it feels great when you hit a missile like that.
Now it's going to be John Ray.
That's out.
India, the runner at first with 2 gone. Swing and a miss, and that's strike 2.
Bringing the cheese on that one.
Foul ball, still a 1-2 count. That one missed.
Definitely a swing and miss slider down and in. He finished that really well. Just couldn't get him to offer at it.
That misses.
Ball 3.
Ball 3.
3-2, 2 out, runner on first. A lot of movement in the infield. Hitter's got to stay focused on the pitch.
Foul ball, and it remains a full count. Payoff pitch. So a walk.
That's ball 4.
Puts runners at first and second.
Up next to the Royals, the third baseman, Michael Garcia.
First and second, 2 outs. Michael Garcia steps in for the Royals. 1 for 2.
Well, the way these two teams have battled in this game, you know you need more. Got to continue to add runs if you're going to get out of here with a win.
That's in there. And that's strike one.
There was a high velocity fastball in the zone. I think a little frustration from walking the previous hitter. It's got good stuff. Pitch inside the zone and trust it.
2 on, 2 outs. Way high with that one. And the count even 1-1.
Well, triple digits on the gun. I know there are more pitchers that can reach that now than in the past, but it's still impressive to watch.
The 1-2. Spoils the 2-strike pitch, and he'll see another.
Well, he knows they don't want to give him anything to hit, but when you've got opportunities to drive in runs, you've got to expand the zone. He's capable of going out there and doing damage with it.
Battling here as he fouls it away. Another 1-2. And a breaking ball misses outside.
This guy's a fun guy to watch taking it bat. He just battles up there. He doesn't take a pitch off at all. Makes it so difficult on the pitchers out there. You can tell they get frustrated with how long it takes to put him away.
Worm burner into the outfield for a knock. Runner around third. Here's the throw. A perfect example right there. That plate discipline, it pays off.
The deeper he gets into a count, the more comfortable he becomes, and he usually wins the battle.
And now a huge at-bat coming up as Bobby Witt Jr. steps in. This guy is one of the best athletes in the sport. Singy, he's got a history of coming through into big spots. I know I like to talk about, I'm not sure whether clutch actually exists, but you look at the numbers, and this guy always seems to deliver in those spots. Got it started a little too early. Strike one.
Well, I think it's the ability to assess the situation, understanding what the pitcher has, what he's trying to get people out on, and then being able to use the entire field.
The Royals trying to break this one open, and we're at the top of the 5th.
If you're a guy that can only hit to one field, then you're really not going to be able to come through in clutch situations because pitchers are going to adjust. But because he's able to use the entire field, that's why he's so successful in these situations.
Fair ball. One run across, coming home. Now a relay to the plate. There's the tag. They get him, and that's the inning. They get 2 runs on 3 hits, no errors, and 1 left. Home half of the 5th coming up. Royals 8 and the Yankees 5. Back here in New York, bottom of the inning, Aaron Judge stepping in now for the Yankees.
Aaron Judge.
That's a ball.
And he swings through that one.
That's a ball.
Now all even up. And that one missing low. Oh, can't pick it up cleanly. To first,
He's out.
He just gets it there in time. One away.
The batter, number 13, second baseman, Jazz Chisholm.
Back to the top of the Yankee order. Here's the second baseman, Jazz Chisholm Jr.
Ball one.
Bullpen action for the Royals. Matt Strom up and loosening in the pen. Reagans also getting ready. Popped up. Witt settles under it. 2 down.
Up next for the Yankees, the first baseman, Paul Goldschmidt.
And here's Paul Goldschmidt. That one fouled off.
Ball.
That's too low. 2-1. The Yanks trailing by 3. Last half of inning number 5. To the right side.
Foul.
And that goes foul. This one in the air right field. And that'll fall for a base hit. And with the inning still alive, here comes the heart of the order.
Up next for the Yankees, the right fielder,
Giancarlo Stanton at the plate.
Stanton.
Nope, that's a ball.
The 1-0.
2-0 count to a guy with this much pop at the dish. You better expect him to be turning on something. It's going to either get hit hard to the pull side or the fans better look out in the stands.
And a foul ball. Goldie off of first with 2 away.
Ball, that's off the plate.
Missed.
Great RBI spot here. Just got to stay focused on the pitch. The runner will be in motion, so something in the gap should definitely score it.
Swinging a foul ball at the plate. They'll do it again. Payoff pitch. Foul ball, and it remains a full count. Fouls it back with 2 strikes. And it's fouled off. They'll do it again. And ball 4, 2 aboard.
Up next for the Yankees, the left fielder, Cody.
Manager out of the dugout now, and it looks like we'll see a change on the mound. Seth Lugo done for the night, and this is one he'd like to forget. Back with a new arm after this.
Now pitching for
The new pitcher in the game,
number
Matt
25,
Strom.
Still a lot of game left, and this game could go either way. So this is a big opportunity for him to get some important outs and try to help carry this lead into the later innings.
Big spot, and Cody Bellinger stepping to the dish. Swing and a pop-up. And a foul ball. Foul ball there. 2 outs. A couple of base runners at first and second. Next offering is downstairs. Gets a piece and stays alive. The 1-2. Foul ball left side. He'll see another.
Well, he's having a tough time getting a pitch by him. As a hitter, you feel pretty confident that you're seeing different pitches still able to make some type of contact.
Cuts and misses. It's a strikeout. Yanks strand a pair. Still looking up at an 8-5 deficit. Welcome back as we look at the highlights from today's game so far.
Now pitching for the
Out of the bullpen for the Yankees, Ryan Yarbrough.
And they felt it was time to bring on a left-handed reliever from the pen with the lefty hitter coming up. I think it's a good move. I know I never liked when opposing teams did that to me.
Digging in, Vinny Pasquantino. He swings and fouls one off. Late swing, foul to the left. Down to the dirt, swing and a miss. In time to get him, one away in the strikeout.
Up next for the Royals, the designated hitter, Kyle Isbell.
So here's the Royals DH, Kyle Isbell. He's 0 for 1. Yarbrough, he's one of those guys who uses the cut fastball as his primary offering, and when it's on, it can induce a lot of weak contact.
And the late movement on the cutter is really what makes it so effective, because as a hitter, you make a decision whether you're going to swing or take a pitch before it actually gets into the zone. So that late movement causes it to miss the barrel of the bat, sometimes miss the bat entirely.
Just misses with that one. Catcher challenge. We'll take another look. So the call stands. So that removes their last challenge.
That's a ball.
Here's a 2-2. Tell fans a little bit about the difference between a cutter and a slider.
Well, a cutter looks more like a fastball, but it has that late movement like a slider that's hard to pick up. Now with the slider, it's a little slower, the spin is different, and sometimes you can recognize that, and it tends to break a lot more horizontally and vertically than the cutter.
That's a good at bat right there. He was down early in that plate appearance, works the walk. There's Lane Thomas now. His 2-run homer back into third was an important swing of the bat in this one.
Yeah, there's no doubt he helped set the tone fairly early, and certainly part of the reason why they've got the lead right now.
one.
Man at first, one away. And that's
inside,
off
ball
the
two.
inside edge. And a count 2-1. Runner on the move. Ground ball right side. And it goes just foul. The 2-2. This one in the air center field. He's got it.
Up next to the Royals, the left fielder, Starling Marte.
Here's Starling Marte. 0 for 3 in this one.
Ball one.
Step off, throw to first.
He's in there.
Isbell back in on a dive. The 1-0.
Ball that's outside.
Isbell leads off first with 2 down to the inning.
Hey!
Next over in there for a strike. And now 2 balls and 2 strikes. Runner takes off. Fouled off. And they'll do it again. That
That's
one
ball
missed.
3.
And a foul ball, he stays alive. So a walk puts runners at first and second.
Up next to the Royals, the catcher, number 13, Salvador.
First and second,
Perez.
2 outs. Salvador Perez, the next to hit. That one close, ruled a ball. Ball 1.
2 walks in the inning already, and he just doesn't seem comfortable out there. Like he can find the right mechanics and then repeat them.
Two on, 2 outs. This to third. They take the force out, and that's the inning. Royals strand a pair. They're on top by 3, 8-5. Here at new Yankee Stadium in the Bronx, bottom of the 6th, J.C. Escarra stepping in now for the Yankees. Flips the corner, strike 1. Fouled off left side. Here's the 0-2. Out towards right center field. Thomas on his way over. And there's one down.
Up next for the Yankees, the third baseman.
Here's the third baseman, Ryan McMahon.
McMahon.
And he swings and misses at the initial offering. The Royals leading by 3 here on opening day. Swings through that one for strike 2.
This guy's sink has so much drop in it. It's almost like a split finger fastball. Instead of just weak contact and balls on the ground, he gets swings and misses.
Got him. 2 up, 2 down.
Well, that's the money maker right there. 2 strikes, slider down and away from a same side thrower as the hitter. I mean, that's just tough. You're looking to protect with 2 strikes and very difficult to lay off.
Fought off foul. Two down, nobody on. Reed tracks it down for the out. Nothing across here this half. We're through 6 full. Royals 8 and the Yankees 5.
Now pitching for the
Welcome
Yankees.
back. We're in the 7th. We have a new pitcher on the mound. Cam Schlittler. Now it's the second baseman, Jonathan India. 1 for 3.
India.
Ball 1.
And it's even up.
Just not able to catch up to that velocity.
Swing and a high fly ball to left. Bellinger settles underneath it. And there's one away.
Up next to the Royals, the right fielder, number 16,
John Reed getting ready to hit.
A walk and a pair of strikeouts.
Base hit. That was smoke through the infield. And a man aboard.
Up next to the Royals,
Michael Garcia steps in for the Royals.
Garcia.
Close, but called a ball. And it's 1-0. Quick move to first. Dives back and he's out.
Unless you're really thinking about stealing second base, you should not get picked off by a right-handed pitcher right there.
Next offering way upstairs. Swing and a ball lifted to center field. And that is that. One hit in the inning, but nothing more than that. Midway in inning number 7, and it's time to stretch. Royals 8 and the Yankees 5.
Now pitching for
We're
Kansas
back in a
City,
new pitcher here to
number
start the
31,
bottom of the 7th. Nick Mears.
Mears.
Leading off, Jose Caballero.
The shortstop, Jose.
The Yankees looking to rally. Just
Nope, outside.
missed. And the 1-0.
Nope,
Right
that's
now,
off the
behind
plate.
in the
Ball
count,
2.
2 balls and no strikes. No free passes. You can't allow that. this situation, you expect the batters to be a little more patient, possibly take until they get a strike. With that, you don't want to miss your opportunity to get ahead early in the count. He didn't right there.
2 balls and a strike. Here it comes.
That's
That
ball
one
three.
missed. Ground ball up the middle. Witt over to first, and they get the leadoff hitter in the 7th.
Next for the Yankees, the designated hitter, number 99, Aaron Judge.
Here comes Aaron Judge. A little out front there as he swings through it. Activity in the Kansas City bullpen. Cole Reagans appears to be getting loose. Avila getting cranked up as well. Swing and a chopper out to short. On the run, sends it over to first. Nicely done for the out.
The batter, number 13, second baseman, Jazz Chisholm.
So back to the top of the order. Here's the second baseman, Jazz Chisholm Jr.
Aye.
And that one fouled off. Two down, nobody on. Got him looking. That was pretty nasty. Royals 8 and the Yankees 5.
Now pitching for the
Welcome
Yankees,
back, and a new arm on the mound to start the 8th. Tim Hill.
Hill.
Now here's Bobby Witt Jr. He's turned into one of the best shortstops in the game. And first offering is fouled off. This one in the air, center field. One up, one down.
Up next to the Royals, the first baseman, number 9.
And now, Vinny Pasquantino. Hammered down the right side, but foul. Hill, in his 8th season, he features a sinker, a four-seamer, and he works in a slider. Outside low, ball 1. Swing and a line drive. That's a base hit into center field. So they get a man aboard with a 1-out single.
Look, I don't think that pitch would have been called a strike, but he did such a nice job of pulling his hands tight to the body and just getting enough of the barrel on it to be hard enough back up the middle for a knock.
Next is the designated hitter, Kyle Isbell. This one popped up. McMahon moving under this one. Brings it in. And there are 2 down.
Up next to the Royals, the center fielder, Lane Thomas.
Lane Thomas will make his way to the plate.
Hey.
Didn't seem like that one found the zone. Here's a challenge. And they don't come much closer, but it was a ball. So they get to hang on to their second challenge. Pasquantino off of first with 2 away. Ripped on a line to center. Grisham on the move, and he hauls it in. So 1 hit is all they get. Last half of the 8th coming up. Royals 8 and the Yankees 5. Back in New York,
Leading off,
bottom of the 8th.
Yankees,
Paul
the first
Goldschmidt
baseman,
stepping in now for the Yankees.
Goldschmidt.
Activity in the bullpen. Carlos Estevez, the closer, getting cranked up for a possible save opportunity. The 0-1. And that one fouled off. A little bit high. Ball 1.
And that's awfully close. I don't know how you take that. He's seeing the ball out of the pitcher's hand really well right now.
On the ground. And that's just foul. Hauls it in, 1 away.
It's never fun going back to the dugout after hitting a line drive that finds a glove, but you will get some high fives. You know, when you make great contact, you feel like you've done everything right. But in this game of baseball, not everything is in your control.
And now it's Giancarlo Stanton.
Aye.
The Yankees trailing by 3 here the bottom half of the 8th inning. Strike 2.
He doesn't seem to like the pitch up. Hasn't offered on either one of those pitches. 0-2 count now. I think the guy's going to climb the ladder out there.
The 0-2. Good job to fight that one off. And there's a ball.
The only adjustment he needs to make is his target. If you aim at the outside corner, that slider's going to end up way off the plate. Perhaps look a little more down the middle, and you get it right where you want it.
Swings through that one. It's a strikeout.
That's that classic wipeout slider below the zone right there. Just nasty. Looks like a fastball thigh high that you got to protect the zone, and then it's just that late break that fools you and kind of makes you look silly.
Here comes the skipper, and we're going to see a pitching change in this spot. Nick Mears will depart. It's a 3-run game, and we'll be back to tell you about the new arm in a minute.
Now pitching for the
So the Royals bring on a new arm, Luinder Avila.
Avila.
Two down, base is empty. And up next for New York, Cody Bellinger. High fly ball lifted in the air right field. Ray has a beat on it and makes the grab. And that's the inning. Royals 8 and the Yankees 5. Back at Yankee Stadium, this offense has lifted them to a lead with plenty of hits so far in this one as we look at the spray chart.
Yeah, it looks like they've been spreading it out pretty well in this one, Boog. Spraying the ball all over the yard. Good team effort at the dish.
Marte,
Ball.
the leadoff batter, as he looks at ball one. Movement in the Yankees pen. Jake Bird getting loose out there for Aaron Boone. Weathers, the lefty, warming up as well.
Nope. That's inside.
2-0 to count. Here it comes. On the ground to third. McMahon fires over to first. What a pick to save the play and get the first out.
Good stretch there to make the play. It looks like someone added a little yoga to their daily routine, if you ask me.
Here's the catcher, Salvador Perez.
No. Inside.
The lefty, the 1-0.
Hey!
And here's a challenge. That looked like it missed to me. Barely a hair out of the zone, but it was a ball. They'll keep their remaining challenge. Well, with the shift on, hits right into it. Throw to first in time.
The batter number 6, second baseman, Jonathan India.
Aaron Boone makes his way out of the dugout, and he will make a move to the bullpen. Tim Hill out of the game. We'll be back in a minute with a new arm on the mound.
Now pitching for the
And Ryan Weathers is coming on.
Ryan Weathers.
So here's the cleanup hitter, Jonathan India. Swing and a foul out of play. Lifted in the air, left field, pretty well struck. Bellinger makes the grab, and that'll do it. Royals 8 and the Yankees 5.
Now pitching for
Welcome
Kansas
back,
City,
and here
number
comes the closer,
53,
Carlos Estevez. A chance at his first save of the year. Stepping in, J.C. Escarra. 0 for 3 with 2 flyouts and a strikeout.
Escarra.
Check swing called strike. That's strike one. Fastball for a strike at 95.
Well, that's really the money spot. Down and away. If you can locate that consistently, it's going to be real tough for hitters to square that up. That's what you love to see relievers do coming out of that bullpen.
0-2. Swing and a miss. The velocity blasted it right past him.
Well, the first batter, it's always a big one for the closer. I mean, you get that punch out, you get settled in, you feel like you're in command out there on the mound from the jump, and kind of prevents any doubt from creeping into your mind or the fielders that are playing behind you that, you know, you're going to wrap this thing up.
McMahon, batting with one down, takes a strike.
Ball, that's out.
The Royals trying to close out a 3-run lead. We're in the last half of the 9th inning. And a big swing and a miss.
Well, that's 89 on the gun, and it's a changeup. It's like good hitting if you're looking for it, but because of the speed differential between the fastball and that pitch, really hard for a hitter to get on time with it.
Inside, almost got him. One down, base is empty here in the ninth. Spoils that one, and it remains 2-2. Next pitch, a slider that misses outside. Knocks that one away, and we'll do it again. (3-2), and they'll do it again. Grinding AB right here, about to see pitch number 10. This ball's chopped on the ground, and that chance handled. Throws to first in time, so they get the out after a long battle at the plate.
The center fielder, number 12, Trent.
So last chance for the Yankees, and now the center fielder, Trent Grisham. Estevez looking for his first save of the year. Swing and a ball lined out towards center. Ball game.
Well, I'd say we got treated to a good one. Gotta love a game when you get 13 runs on the board. A lot of offense, but it doesn't end in a blowout. Tons of really good at-bats to look back on in this one.
And this one ends with the score 8-5. For Chris Singleton and our entire crew here at MLB The Show, thanks for stopping by. I'm John Shambi. Talk to you soon.